So what did we discuss yesterday? So we started, I think I've given overview of the string operations, I think. And we just entered into the list data type, right? Okay. So in the string, I've told you already, we can access the data in a positive direction or in the negative direction with the negative index or with the positive index also, either forward direction or backward direction. Any direction you can access the elements or characters, I can say. Substring or elements, anything you can call it. Okay. So we have seen some of the operations on top of that. Okay. And plus operation we have seen, and the into operation also we have seen, and the in and not in also we have seen. Okay. Now, so the very important one is list. From here onwards, it is very important, guys. Okay. So I told you already, list data type. List is also one of the data type in Python. Okay. List is nothing but it's a collection of heterogeneous elements, collection of homogeneous elements also. I mean, you can have same kind of data type elements within a list. Okay, so that's what we have discussed. And I told you one more very, very, very important point, that is lists are mutable. Mutable means once the list object is created, you can able to modify it. That means you can add the element, you can delete the element, you can modify the element to whatever you want. Okay. In interview, they'll ask this question actually. List is a mutable or immutable. So you need to say mutable. Okay, I'll tell you how to remember that one easily. Once we complete the tuple, well, I'll come back to this point. Okay, so lists are ordered. I told you already, like whatever the way you're inserting, right? The order is preserved here. Okay, even if you like access it after a couple of days also, the order is preserved here. Order will not change. So that's what we understood. And I told you, you can access the elements of the list in a forward direction or in the backward direction, in any direction, I can say. Okay, so in forward direction, index value starts always with the 0, and length of list -1 you will be having the last index value. Length of list means total how many elements are there? 6 elements are there. -1 is nothing but up to 5. Okay, so in the negative direction, the number always starts from -1 because we are already utilizing this 0 here. That is the reason why negative direction you cannot have 0 here, because if you try to say list of 0, then it will get confusion whether it has to pick up this element or this element. That is the reason why in one direction they are simply omitting this 0 here. Okay, so forward direction, it starts always with 0. In the backward direction, the index value always starts with -1. Go on mute, please. So my negative values here in the backward direction. So here also I told you, just like your string, we can have different notations here. So if you have this kind of notation, let's say starting index you mentioned, that is 0. And simply you mentioned colon, that's it. Colon means, and you're not mentioning anything here, ending index. You're not mentioning anything, which by default it will take till last index value. It will start actually from 0th index to last index. So 0th to last index is nothing but 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the elements you're going to get here. And here also, if you don't mention anything here and here, it will start from the first index value and it will take up to last index value. So both are same here. Okay, and list 2 colon 4 means it will take from here. Always you need to remember, ending index is excluded. Starting index is included. Ending index is excluded. Excluded means we need to take -1 here. Okay. 4 means 4 -1, 3. That means you're going to get 2, 3 elements here. That's it. List of 1 colon 3 means it will start from here, and 3 means 3 -1, 2 means 1, 2 you're going to get here. Okay, call 0. I mean, if you're not mentioning anything, by default it will take the starting index as 0 here. 0 to 4 means 0, 1, 2, 3 you're going to get it. Okay, yeah, so this is the yesterday class. This is what we discussed in the yesterday's class. Okay, and I told you how to assign the value to the particular position or particular element, how you can change it. That's what I mentioned here. Okay, today we'll try to understand actually different methods available on top of list object. Okay, if you understand list methods, remaining data type methods are very easy. Okay, let's get into that one now. So, did you guys install the Anaconda? Did you get a chance to install that? Any difficulty in the installation part? No, right? Okay, that's up to you whether you want to install it or not. Okay. Okay. So first one is append. Appending means adding. I wanted to add an element to the existing list. How do you do that one? For that, you need to use method called append. Guys, you're not supposed to call them as a functions, because always remember, this is a function. I agree with you, but you have to call it as a method, not function. Any function which is used on top of object is nothing but a method in programming language. You're not supposed to call it as a function. So I told you already, anything is in Python is an object. Object. List is also an object. On top of object, you're applying this function. So we have to call it as a method. Okay. Now, I'll just try to add here. You can take anything here, list name, anything you can take here. Same thing I'm taking, whatever the list I have there, I'm trying to take as it is here. 1 second. Once I paste it, right, what happened here? I'm not able to paste it. Let me close it and open it once again. Hold on this. Anaconda, you need to open and you just need to type here Python, that's it. And you don't need to install Python separately, guys. When you install Anaconda, automatically you'll get Python. It will automatically install that Python. So the Python version backend it is installed is 3.8.5. That is enough actually. Okay. Now start executing the commands here. So I'm just trying to paste my, okay, paste is not allowed here. 1 second, let me copy this. 1 second, I'll do one thing. Copy and paste it in a notepad so that you'll get it easily. Okay. I don't want to type it. What happened? Okay, let me type it here. So this list are list one equal to, so within brackets, I'm simply taking here apple. So since it is a string, you need to mention it in a single quotes or double quotes or triple single quotes or triple double quotes. Anything is okay here. Okay. So banana, something, anything you can take, guys. There is no rule that you have to take only apple, banana, and cherry here. Okay. Just like that, I've taken that example here. Okay. So cherry, this is my list actually. I wanted to add actually one element to this list, existing list. So for that, what we need to do is list one dot. See, always you need to remember we always have to do dot operation here. Okay, list one dot. That means object dot. What is that function name? Append. Let's say this will take actually the element name, whatever you wanted to add. So any fruit which is starting with a D, oh sorry, dragon, right? Let's say I'm taking here dragon fruit. Okay, just try to hit enter here and try to type here print of list one. Just try to hit enter here. See what you're getting here. The dragon got added at the end of the list. That means you can able to modify the list or not. Yes. Previously, it has only 3 elements. Now I just added one more element here. That's it. So append will try to add an element to the existing list. That's it. Okay. Existing object got modified here. Okay. So that is append. See, guys, if you understand the methods in list, right? Rest of the data types actually have same methods. Same methods. Okay. Okay. So next one. If at all, if you want to insert any, like let's say element, at a specific position, then we have to use insert. Then we have to use insert method. Okay, let me try to use that one here. Now what I'm trying to do is, let's say I wanted to add orange at the first position. So for that, what I need to do is list one dot you have to take, okay, insert of whatever you wanted to add, that you need to put it in, since it is a string, I'm just trying to keep it in a single quotes here. Okay, and it takes actually two inputs, guys, here. Okay, first one is the index position. Where do you want to add that, actually in which position you wanted to add that element, that it will take. And second, what is that element you wanted to add here, that's what it is going to take. Okay, insert of 1 comma orange or 2 comma orange, 3 comma orange, whatever you want, you can take it. Okay, just try to add this one and try to type print of list one. See, in the first position, first position means like this one only, right? Index 1 is nothing but like this one, second element only, right? Because this is a first index, this is second index, so it got added here. Okay, now you got the difference between append and the insert, right? Append will simply add the elements at the last. Insert will try to add the element wherever you want. The list element also you need to put that put there. That is what you need to understand. That is the difference here. Okay, so that is second method. And third method, let's say I wanted to remove one element from the list. I just wanted to remove one element. So for that, we need to use actually the method name called remove. Okay, so list one dot remove of whatever you want, you can delete it here. Okay, so let's say I wanted to delete here banana, and you have to mention the element name here, whichever you wanted to delete. Okay, I am simply mentioning here list one dot remove of banana, so that it will try to remove that one. And once again, if we try to print this one and see, banana got removed here. Okay, so this is the remove function, remove method. Sorry, not function, method. Next, so we have one more method called pop. Pop. Okay, what I will do is, pop method removes the specified index. Okay, what I wanted to do is, this is my list actually. Now I wanted to remove particular position element. See, previously in the remove, actually I've directly given the element name as input. Now I wanted to delete the element based on index, based on position. So if that is the case, then what we have to do is, instead of remove, I'll simply take here pop, P-O-P. Okay, and you have to mention here the position number here. I'll just remove this banana here, and simply 2 you mention here, 0, 1, 2. Cherry will be removed here. Okay, see here, cherry. Okay, now tell me, what is the difference between remove and the pop here? Remove will delete the element directly. Pop will remove the elements based on the position or index. That is the difference. Next, moving on. Let's say what I can do is, if I don't mention here position, what will happen? That also we need to understand. Okay, so whether this is allowed or not, first, that's what we need to understand first. Okay, let me execute this one. Yes, it got it is allowed, and it is clearly saying that, hey, I removed dragon from the list. Where is that dragon actually? That is the last element, right? So what is the conclusion here? Pop will remove by default last element in the list. That's it. Append will add the element at the last. Pop will remove the element, last element from the list. Okay. Next, moving on. Next, if at all, if you want to delete the entire list, right? Entire list means object will be removed here. So if at all, if you want to know whether the object is created or not in the backend, what is that command we need to write here? How do we know the the memory location? How do we know object is created or not in the backend? Print of ID of, ID means memory location it is going to give, right? Print of ID of list1, so that it will give actually the memory location wherever it backend, where exactly it is storing, right? In the memory location, that is what it is going to give. See, it is giving that. Now, the moment I say del, okay, del means delete. I'm trying to delete the list actually. So list1, then simply it will try to delete the entire list in the memory location. If I execute the same command print of ID of list1, it is throwing error that name list1 is not defined, because that is completely removed from the memory location. See, remove is to just remove the particular element. Pop is to remove the elements based on the index. Delete is to delete the object itself. But remove and pop both are used to remove the elements. But here the object itself is removed here, not elements. Okay. That is what you need to understand here. And let me try to assign. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, this is my list. Now, next method. Next method. Oh, sorry. Del can be used to remove even specific element as well based on the position. Okay, let's say I wanted to remove banana here. So what I can do is I can write here del of list1 of, if you want to, since you wanted to delete the first position element, then I can simply give here 1. First position means 0th index and first index. Okay. I know you guys are getting confusion between the position and the index. Position is index always starts from the 0. Position, index, both are same, I can say here. Okay, position is 0th position, first position, second position, like that. Okay, so since I'm giving here 1, then banana will be removed here. So let's check that one here. Okay, so I deleted that. It is allowed here. And if I try to print here, print of list here, see here, apple and cherry I got here. Only 2 elements. Banana got removed here. Okay. So that is the, see, del is to delete the entire object. If you give specific index, it will remove only the elements from the list. If you don't give the specific position here, then it will try to delete the entire object. Okay, if you give specific index here, then it will go and remove only that specific value. That's it. Okay, now I don't want to delete the object, but I wanted to clear all the elements in a list. Then in that case, we need to use method called clear. It will try to remove all the elements from the list, but the object will not be removed. Object will not be removed. Okay, let's try to test that one here. Okay, so list1 equal to this one. Now what I will do is I'll simply say that list1 dot, what is that? Clear, right? So clear, just open and close the bracket here. So what happened here? It got executed, and if you try to print this one here, and nothing is there, it's an empty list. No elements are there. It's an empty list. That means still it exists in the backend. And if you want to know whether it still exists in the backend or not, you can still go and execute this command, that is printf ID of 1. See, it is there. It is there. And did you observe one more thing here? Last time when I printed printf ID of list1, it has given different number. And when I try to print now, it has given different number. Why is it giving different numbers here? Why is it giving different numbers here? Any clue? Any clue? Hey. Yeah, good. Yeah, good.
Sorry, I think the address is different because he deleted and repeated.
See, in this case, actually, it was data was there at that point of time, and I simply executed printf ID of list. So it has shown some memory location right here. And after that, I deleted the entire object, right? And when I recreated that one here, list one equal to apple, banana, cherry, there is no guarantee that it will go and create in the same memory location. It can go and create in any memory location in the memory. That is the reason this time it is giving different memory location. Now I cannot guarantee for that. Okay, that is what you need to understand here. Okay, now next, clear is actually to remove the elements from the list. Okay, now these are all the methods case actually. I think we have done almost all the methods which are regularly used ones actually. Okay, now if at all if you want to loop through elements in a list, let's say I'll try to define the list like this. So let's say a list one equal to, so what I'll try to do is 100 comma 45 comma 34 comma 56 comma 56 comma, like let's say I can mention Shiva also here, and here I can mention within single quotes I can say Jairam also I can mention here. Any name you can, any number of list numbers we can mention. Okay, so what I will do is I wanted to iterate each and every element from the list. That's my requirement. Okay, so remember, if you want to iterate any object in the Python, we have to use for loop. Anyway, I'm going to discuss about this for loop maybe next week, not this week. Okay, so just for now, you try to understand the syntax here. For you have to take here any temporary variable for I in, okay, and you have to mention the object name here. Object name is list one. My object name is list one actually here. Okay, and after that you need to put colon. Colon is a indentation symbol I can say here. Okay, now hit enter here and see it is taking actually dot back, and indirectly it is maintaining indentation. I'll show you the difference between in the command prompt and in the this one, what is our tool, Jupyter Notebook, how it is behaving. Okay, now here what I need to type is, I wanted to print each and every element right here. Print of I. You know what will happen here? So it will try to iterate first index one, first position, first value, whatever it is there in the list, it will take here into the variable I. Okay, and it will enter into the loop actually, and I is nothing but 100 will be printed here. Okay, next 45 will be taken here, and now I is holding actually 45, and print of I 45 you'll get like that. It will iterate all the elements actually. Okay, so print indentation it did not follow, that is the reason it is throwing error. Okay, same thing I'll try to like show here. Sorry, my bad, 1 second guys, just a second, guys. What happened to this? Okay, no, yeah, let me start sharing again. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to define like this. So list one equal to anything you can define here within brackets. 1, 4, 7, 8, 9, within single quotes, I'm trying to take Shiva here. And one more element, single quotes, I'm trying to take here Rama here. So all these elements I defined. Okay. So this is my list actually. Now next, after that, what I need to do is list one equal to, in the next cell, if you want to write that one, you can write it actually. Or in the same cell also, you can write it. Okay. So for I in, okay. So list one is already defined right here. If you want, I can execute this one. Yeah, list one is defined already here. Okay. Now I wanted to iterate each and every element from the list here. So list one, okay, put colon here. The moment you hit enter here, it will automatically take that indentation. See, it is supposed to show my cursor here, but because of this symbol, indentation symbol, when I hit enter here, automatically it is showing the indentation. It is automatically taking the indentation. That is the beauty with Jupyter Notebook. Okay. Now here you need to start writing that one. Now here I need to write here print of X here. Okay. I'll just try to execute this one. See all the elements. What happened here?
Print of I.
Oh, sorry, my bad, guys. My bad. Print of I, right? Yeah. See here. Sorry. 1 second. Now let me execute this one. See, 1, 4, 7, 8, 9, Shiva, Rama. Everything I got. And I told you in last class, when I was explaining about the print command, every time you write the print command, what is that end character we have in the print syntax actually? End. In the print actually we have the value, comma, separator, comma, end, comma, flush equal to false, something. I've shown you the syntax, right? Basic syntax, right? What is that end? By default, what is that end parameter will take? /n, new line character. That is the reason why every element is displaying actually here in a separate line here. In Python, for everything there is a reason. Only because of the print property, it is displaying every element in a like this. If you want to display them side by side, then you simply take here end equal to, instead of by default it is /n actually. Okay, if you want, I can show you that one, /n. Okay, and if you try to execute this one, same output you got. Instead of /n, let's say if you try to put, if you try to put here hyphen symbol here and see how it is behaving here, 1 hyphen 4 hyphen 7 hyphen 8 hyphen, all the elements are separated by hyphen symbol. This kind of questions you will get in written exams sometimes. Okay. So you need to understand the syntax as well sometimes. So by default, it will take actually /n as a end input. That is the reason why you're getting everything in a separate line here. Okay. Now let me execute this one. See all the elements we got here. So this is the way of iterating the elements in a list. Because we use this kind of notation very frequently in the real time. Very frequently. Okay. So since we did not follow the indentation here, I think it is supposed to take the indentation. I don't know why it did not take that one. I think after 3 dots, I think I need to put that actually.
We need to use the tab.
Tab we need to give, yes, correct. Okay, I did not give that one. That is the reason we got error here. That's okay. Fine. Okay. Now next, if you want to sort the elements in a list, you need to use sort method. By default, what is that sorting order it will take? In SQL, by default, which order it will try to take the, what is that order it will take? When you say order by, order by salary or something, if you take, what is that department number or something you take? What is that order it will take? Ascending order, right?
Ascending order.
Here also, if you don't mention anything here, by default, it will take ascending order. Okay, that means it will try to rearrange them here. Okay, so let's try to do that one here. Anyway, I think we have already defined the list, right? Okay, let me try to define this one once again. Okay, I'll start taking the elements from here only. Okay, now, so I already defined that list here, list one dot sort I'm taking here. And if I execute this one, what is that mistake I've done? List one dot sort. 1 second, let me execute this one. Correct, right? Sort is correct, right?
I think you'll have to start. Oh, yeah.
List one is correct. Did I give it correct here?
Can
List one dot sort.
you
Support
try running it
less
from
than is
the
not
list?
supported instead of string and integer. This is correct. I don't know what is the error here. Okay, let me define like this. List one equal to
String and int are present, right?
Sorry.
In that list, string and integer are present, right?
Yeah, but still we can able to insert that, but sort that one. Let me try to define that one. Okay, so list one dot sort. Okay, if I try to execute this one, I'm trying to take the same kind of elements here and print. Okay, so print of that list one. If I try to execute both the commands here, see, we are getting in a sorting order here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 79. Actually, these two are not in a sorted order, right? See, it is sorted now. Okay, so I don't know if you have different kind of elements. I think sorting is not supported. I don't know really that one. Maybe it is actually trying to compare. That is the reason why actually it is taking that comparison symbol here. Maybe that could be the reason. Even I'm not sure about that one really. Okay, till now I'm thinking that okay, it will sort even if it has that heterogeneous elements. Okay, maybe it doesn't support actually if you have heterogeneous elements. Sorting is not supported. Okay, yeah. I'll confirm that one anyway. I need to confirm that one. Anyway, I'll confirm that one tomorrow. Okay, anyway, it is sorting that data here. Or it will take, either you take only strings here or you take only numbers here. Anything is okay. Okay, sort is working here. That's okay. And now next one is sort the list numerically. The same thing we have done. I think that is the reason why I think this one strings I have taken separately, numbers I have taken separately. Might be. Okay, if you want to take, if you want to take them in a reverse order, that means descending order, then inside the brackets actually you need to take reverse equal to true. Even here, if I take reverse equal to false, what will happen? You try to understand here. Okay, let me try to define the list one more time here so that it will overwrite here. And if I try to write something like here, reverse equal to what I will take here, FALSE, false. Since it is a boolean here, so you need to start with capital letter here and remaining characters as lowercase here. Okay, now if I try to take this one and see what is happening, by default it is taking in a ascending order. You can take true or false. You can take true or false, anything you can take here. Now I'll simply change this one to true here and see what will happen here. If I try to execute this one, 794321. That means it is ascending the data. Sorry, it is descending. It is sorting the data in a descending order. Reverse equal to true. This is also one of the interview question. They'll give you one sample list. Hey, can you reverse the elements? You simply have to take this sort method, and inside that one you need to mention reverse equal to true. That's it. Okay. Next. Let's say I wanted to copy the list into another list. How do we do that? I wanted to copy the elements of one list into the another list. Okay, let's say I'm trying to take list 2 equal to, okay, How do you copy that one? Okay, can I mention here list 1? Can I mention here list 1 so that it will copy the elements from list 1 to list 2? Can I take like this? Yes. First of all, we'll check whether it is allowed or not. Yes, it is allowed. And let me try to print here what is there in the list 1, what is there in the list 2. Okay, print of list 1. See, 145, 34, 56, Shiva Jairam. This is what we got. Okay, now if I try to print here list 2, okay, then see what you're getting here. 145, same elements we have. Same data, whatever it is there in the list 1, same thing we have in list 2. That means with this notation, I can understand that whatever the elements are there in the list 1, it is as it is copying into another list. And one more thing is here, if I try to see the address of each list here and see what is happening here, I wanted to know the address of this one, list 1. See, it is giving here last 5 digits you try to understand, 18784, right? And I'll try to execute the same thing for the list 2 as well and check the address here. See, the addresses are same or not here? Yes, addresses are same. You know what is happening here in the backend? Python is very intelligent. Python is very intelligent. What it will do is, first when you create a list here, it will create an object in the backend. It will create an object. In that object, actually, it will try to put here, it will try to like have these elements. 100, 45, 34, 56, Shiva, Jerem, all these elements it will try to fit into this memory location. Okay, now this one I will try to reference with the list 1. What is the name, variable name we are taking here? List 1. When you say list 2 equal to list 1, again it is not going to create one more object. It will simply take list 2. It will try to create one more variable, that is list 2, and again back and it will point same object. Instead of creating 2 different objects, it will try to reference the same 2 variables are actually referring the same object, so that you can save the memory. That is the Python intelligence. But now what I will do is, I will try to modify the element in list 1. Okay, I wanted to make 100 to 150 now. What will happen? You try to understand here. Okay, let me try to make 100 to 150 in the list 1. Let's see how to modify the element here. What is that method we have to take? What is that method we need to take?
Append.
Huh? How to modify that one?
Append.
Append is used to add the elements, right? I wanted to modify 100
List
to
of
150 here.
address.
List of one of
Index. List of
index you
equal
need to
to
mention. Equal to, always remember, if you want to
value.
assign something, assignment operator you need to take. Assignment of equal to is nothing but assignment operator in Python. Now list 1 of 0 equal to, I just wanted to make it 150. Now see what is happening here. Yesterday I told you this one. Now if I try to print a list 1 here, and see 100 has become 150. And if I try to print a list 2 here, print list 2, even here also we got 150. Because both are pointing to the same object or not. If this object is modified, when you print list 1, it will give the same modified object values. And even if you try to print list 2, modified object values only you're going to get. That's a natural behavior. And now, if I try to check the address of this one, list 2, it is pointing same. Yes, it is trying to point the same memory location. Nothing got changed here. And even in list 1 also, if you try to print that one, sorry, ID of list 1, if I take here and same memory location, still it is pointing. But Shiva, I don't want this behavior. I wanted to like if I modify something in list 1, I don't want to see that change in list 2. Do we have such kind of like mechanism in Python? Do we have such kind of mechanism? Yes, we do have. Okay, in order to do that, if you want to copy the elements from one list to another list, we have one more function called copy. So for that, what I will do is list2 equal to copy. Okay, this is one of the function actually. Now here list1 I'm taking here. If you do like this, you know what will happen. Let's try to understand here. Let's try to understand what will happen here. Okay, list1 list2 equal to copy of list1. This is correct, right? Copy is not defined here. Let me check 1 second, guys. Maybe I'm missing something here. Yeah, sorry, sir. List.copy, not copy of list. I'm sorry, my bad, guys. Okay, so the notation we need to take here. Okay, list1 dot copy. This is the function actually we need to write. Okay, method we need to write. Okay, list2 equal to list1 dot copy. That means it will try to copy all the elements from the list1. It will try to put it into list2. Or you can, if you want to change the list variable here, you can change it here. List3 equal to list1 dot copy. Now I wanted to see what elements are there in the list1. First, I'm just trying to print it here. Okay, what elements are there in the list1? I know that in the list1, 150, 45, 34, 56 are there. Now I wanted to see here list3 as well here. What is there inside that one? See, same elements are there. And I wanted to check the address also here. Address also. Okay, ID of list1. Address is actually same thing. Okay, whatever we got earlier, the same thing we got here. Now I wanted to check the address of the list3 here and see here what happened. It is pointing actually same address or not. See, in the previous case also it is pointing the same address. When I say list2 equal to list1, in that case also it is actually pointing same address. Now Siva, you said like it will behave in a different way. Now how come it is behaving in a different way? It is not behaving in a different way, right? Now what I will do is I'll try to modify one of the elements in list1 and let's see whether it is reflecting in another list or not. And after that, we'll try to identify the memory locations. Again, observe the memory locations. Okay, for that, what I will do is I'll just try to modify here. How to modify the element here? So list1 of, okay, let's say 150, I wanted to make it to 175. Okay, so for that, list1 of 0, okay, equal to 175. Then what happens here? List1 first element, that means first index value got modified to 175. Let me try to print here, list1. Then what you're getting? 150 got modified to 175. Whether it got reflected in list3 or not, let's try to check that one here. Okay, so same thing I'm trying to take here. It did not reflect. 150 is maintained as is. Now let's go ahead and check the memory location. Okay, ID of list1. See, it is still pointing to the same memory location, whatever we have seen earlier. Now, if I try to see here list3, sorry, ID of list3, right? ID of list3 and see, it got modified here. It got modified. See, these two values are same. Is it same? No, both are different. Anybody from this group, can you tell me what is this concept we call in programming language? What is this concept called? Have you heard about shallow copy, deep copy? Have you ever heard about this shallow copy, deep copy?
No.
So this concept we call it as shallow copy and deep copy. Which one we call it as a shallow copy? Which one we call it as a deep copy? So when I say list 2 equal to list 1, then it is copying the elements as is and the address is not changing, right? So that one we call it as a shallow copy. Okay, and this one we call it as a deep copy. Guys, you have to understand this concept, because recently in our project actually we use this concept. Not in List actually, not in Python. I mean, in PySpark we use that concept actually. Shallow copy, deep copy. Okay. So that is what I mentioned mentioned in my PPT. Okay, when you mention copy here, it will create new addresses for the copied list. Initially, it will try to maintain the same address. Okay, initially same address will be assigned to both lists. Once we start doing the modification to any list changes, will not be reflected in another other, and address will change. This is the behavior. Okay. Okay. Now tomorrow, what you guys can do is, you try to give me the differences between shallow copy and deep copy. At least minimum 2 differences I want from everyone. Minimum 2 differences. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Allah.
Okay. Next, if you want to join 2 different lists, right? Then we have to use plus operator here. Plus symbol here. If you do like this one, right? What will happen here? Now, generally what people think, let's say I have here ABC here and 1, 2, 3 here. A1, B2, C3 you'll get. Okay, that's what people generally expect that. What is the output actually you're going to get? Any guess here? List 3 equal to list 1 plus list 2. Will it add respective elements here? First position element in the first element, first position element in the second list. Will it add these two? A1, B2, C3 will get?
No, ABC and 1, 2, 3.
ABC and 1, 2, 3. ABC, 1, 2, 3. All in a single list? All in a single
Yes.
list? Okay, now let me check that one. Okay, so list 1 equal to, or L1 equal to, short form I'm taking here, L1 equal to within brackets. Okay, within single quotes I'm taking A and put comma here, within single quotes B and put comma, single quotes I'll try to take C. Okay, this is my list 1, and L2 equal to, within brackets I'm taking 1 comma 2 comma 3, and this is my second list. When I say L3 equal to, so L1 plus L2. Okay, I know many intelligent people are there. They think that okay, elements it will try to add. Now when I say print of L3, then it will simply give all the elements. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. I know this is also one of the interview question. They'll ask you, they'll give you 2 lists actually. I want some of these respective elements. That is also one of the interview question. Of course, the data type should match if you want to add, of course. But if you want to do that one, how do you do that? So in order to understand that one, you need to understand the lambda functions as well. At that time, I'll try to explain that, how to add the respective elements. First position to first position, second position to second position, third position to third position. How do we add that? Okay, I'll discuss that one as well, don't worry. But when I give here plus operator between 2 lists, actually it will try to add the second list elements. First it will try to take the elements from the first list, and it will try to take the elements in the second list also. It will try to append in the same list. Okay, it will try to take in a new list actually, the output. Okay, so that is plus operator. And if at all, I mean, same thing you can take with the extend also. Extend is also same thing. If at all, if you want to concatenate two strings, right? Concatenation, this plus symbol, we call it as a concatenation. If at all, if you want to concatenate two strings, right? You can take extend also. Okay, anything is okay. Plus also you can take, extend also you can take. Anything is okay. Okay. So most of the things we are done. Okay. Now, one more thing. If I say list here, okay, let me try to take like this. So when I say L1 equal to L1, I already defined, right? Okay, what is there in the L1? So let's try to take here print of L1 here. I think here ABC we are getting, and print of L2 also I'm trying to take here. Okay, and try you got 1 2 3, right? Okay, now what I will do is L2 into 2 or L2 into 10 I'm taking here. What is that output you are going to get? Let's say 3 I'm taking here. Will it multiply every element with 3? Will it multiply every element with 3? 1 into 3, 3, 2 into 3, 6, 3 into 3, 9. 1, 6, 9. That is the output. What is that you're getting? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't multiply the values here. For that, again, you have to use lambda functions. Okay, you'll understand that one when we get into that one. Okay, so concatenation we already discussed. A membership, if at all, if you want to check a particular element is there or not, like in operator we have to use. Yesterday we have seen this one, right? So print of 2 in L1. 2 is there in the list 1 or not? Yes, if it is there, it will try to return true, otherwise false. Okay. So if at all, if you want to iterate, I told you already this one. And one more very important one, very important function that we use frequently in the real time is length. Length. If you want to know the length of list, actually, we have to use the function called, this is function, not method. I'm not using this function on top of the object. This function itself is taking in object as input. So we have to call this as a function. It's not method. Length is not method. So len of L1, what you're getting? 3, because 3 elements are there. How many elements are there? That is the length actually. That we are going to get it. This is very important. Okay, this is applicable for other data types as well. Length of string. Yesterday I've taken, right? Let's say str equal to or string1 equal to string1 equal to. So I've taken, right? Hello, Shiva. This is what I've taken, right? Yesterday. Now, if I try to take here len of str1, str1. If you take here, 10 characters are there total. It is applicable. Len function is applicable to all the data types in the Python. Okay, that is one thing. And next one, if at all, if you want to compare CMP of list 1 and list 2, it will try to compare the elements. Actually, if both are same, it will try to return true, otherwise false. And length we already have seen. If at all, if you want to take the maximum element, you have to take the max. If you want to take the min of list, we have to take. And the and if at all, if you want to convert any sequence, right, into the list, actually, you can give list of sequence. Actually, list of sequence. You can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a sequence, and list of sequence. It will try to convert into list format. We don't use it generally, but just for knowledge purpose, you try to understand it. Okay. Yeah. So that is about list. Almost all the possible methods and functions I've discussed, guys. Even in the interviews also, even in the real time also, like nobody will go beyond this. Okay. So I have prepared some questions actually on top of these concepts. I'll try to share, remind me at the end of the class. I'll share that questions, multiple choice questions actually I prepared. I'll share that one so that you can test your knowledge, how far you understood all these methods. Okay, I'll share that one. Just remind me, please. Okay. Next. Any questions before I get into the next one? Okay. Next. Tuple. Some people call it as a tuple. Some people call it as a, like they pronounce it as a tuple. You call it in any way. I'm not an English teacher. I don't know even how to pronounce it like correctly. I call it as a tuple. That's it. Okay. You call it in any way. Tuple, whatever you want. Okay. This is also one of the data type in Python. Okay. Now, what is the difference between this list and tuple? That's we have to understand. Like eventually, before that one, we'll try to understand how tuple looks like and what is the behavior of the tuple. Okay, and how we can add the elements and how we can delete the elements and what are all the different methods are there in the tuple. That's what we need to understand. Okay. So tuples generally we represent within the round brackets, that is within parentheses. Let me try to define that one here. Okay. So tuple T1 equal to, what is that brackets we need to take? Parenthesis brackets we need to take here. Open bracket and close bracket here. Normal brackets, I can say. Okay. Here, I'm just trying to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This is tuple. How do we know that one this is tuple, Shiva? We have to take here print of. If you want to know the data type of this one, what is that we need to take? Type of, type of T1 we need to take here and close the bracket here and see backend it is considering actually tuple. Anything you mentioning within the parenthesis here, the Python will consider it as a tuple. Okay. Okay. First point we understood, Shiva. First point we understood. Okay. Here I've taken same kind of elements, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the same kind of elements, right? Homogeneous elements, right? Homogeneous elements means same data type elements I've taken here. All are integers only here. Now what I will do is I'll try to take one more thing here. That is T2 I'll try to take here. Okay. T2 I'm taking. T2. Okay. So T2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, comma, within single quotes, I'm trying to take Shiva and comma, within single quotes, I'm taking Rama. Okay. And try to hit enter here. See, it is allowed. It is accepting. That means tuple is a collection of heterogeneous elements. Okay. All kind of data types it will allow. Even list is also collection of heterogeneous elements, right? But Shiva, what is the difference between tuple and list here? Hold on. I'll discuss about that. Okay. List is also a collection of, or it's a sequence of heterogeneous elements. Even tuple is also same thing. Collection of heterogeneous elements. But list we can represent in square brackets. Tuple we represent in a parenthesis here. So far, that is only the difference we observed. But very, 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 very important point we need to observe, that is tuple items are ordered. Even list is also ordered. That means order is preserved here. Okay. And they are immutable. But list is mutable. That means at any point of time, we can go ahead and modify the values in a list. But in tuple is immutable. That means you cannot able to modify anything here. Once the tuple is defined. Now, in the list, what we used to do actually, L1 of 0 equal to 150, 175, changed it, right? Now, if I try to do the same thing here, okay, L1 of, let's say 0 equal to, I'm trying to assign the value to 100. First index value is 0. 0th index, I'm trying to assign it to 100. I wanted to replace this 1 with the 100 here. Then, if I try to do that here, what it is giving? It is throwing error. What it is saying is, tuple object does not support item assignment. Why it is not supporting item assignment? Because of the immutability behavior. Immutable means once it is defined, you cannot able to change it. But list, you can change it. That is the main difference. So far, we got two differences. First difference is list can be represented with square brackets, and tuple can be represented within parenthesis. Okay, and list is mutable, and tuple is immutable. List is ordered, and tuple is also ordered. Okay, now Shiva, can we access the elements from the tuple? We were able to access the elements from the list, right? Can we able to access the elements from the tuple as well? Yes, boss. Why not? You can happily access it. Now, T2 of 0, what you're going to get? It is giving 1. What is there in the T2? First element, 1. So, if I take the same thing here, let's say 5, what is that you're getting? Shiva, you're getting. Happily, you can able to access one by one element here. How you're able to access in the list, right? In the same way, you can access it. Here also, negative indexing is supported here. Let's say -1. What is that -1 element? Drama. That is last element. Here also negative indexing is supported. And here also that notation that we have that colon notation, right? Let's say 1 colon, like let's say 5. What is that you're going to get? T2 of 1 colon 5. 1 colon 5 means 5 minus 1, 4. 1 to 4. 1 to 4 means from here onwards it will take 2, 3, 4, 5 it will take. Let me try to execute it. See here. Output is also a tuple. 2, 3, 4, 5. As it is. But the only difference is once the tuple is defined, you cannot able to modify. Guys, this is very, 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 very important data type. Only because of this immutability behavior, still big data is surviving in the market. I'll tell you once I get into the Spark. Actually, I'll tell you the why the tuple is very important. Why it is playing a key role in the big data. In distributed environment, backend it will try to take the data actually in a tuple format, so that when it is transferring the data between the machines, the data will not be changed. I'll get into that one once I get into that Spark. This is very, very important behavior. Okay. Yeah. When we say tuples are ordered, it means that items have defined in order. It will not change even if you execute after some time. Okay, and their duplicates are allowed here. Of course, even list is also, even in the list object also duplicates are allowed, right? Even in the tuple also duplicates are allowed here. Okay. So same thing is same concept. If at all, if you want to create different kinds of tuples here, you can create like this. Okay. And we need to understand here. Okay. One more thing, guys. How do you create the empty list actually? How do you create the empty list? Let me try to execute this. Okay. How do you create the empty list? Let's say list 4 equal to, how do you create the empty list? Can I create a list without elements like this? Can I create?
Yes.
Yeah, we can create. Okay. So because it doesn't have any elements actually, we can create an empty list. In the same way, so you can create the tuple as well. T4 equal to, if I try to mention here brackets here, you can create the, and whether it is accepting or not, whether it is actually creating a tuple or not in the backend, we'll try to check. Okay. How do we check that one? Print of type of, okay. So type of, okay, what is that? T4, right? T4, and see what it is creating here. Tuple it is creating. Happily it is creating tuple here. I forgot to mention these 2 points actually. Now, can I take a list with a single element? Can I take a list with a single element? Okay, list 5 equal to. So can I take the element? Can I take the list with a single element? Let's say 6. I'm taking here. Can I define like this? Yeah, obviously you can define like that. Okay, so print of type of. All right, try to press up arrow here. Print of type of. Instead of this one T4 list 5, right? List 5. I'm trying to see backend. It is creating a list with one element. Now in the same way, I'll try to define like this. I'll try to define the element like this. Okay, let's say T5 equal to within brackets here. Okay, I'll just try to define here 6 here as it is. It is allowed here. It is allowed here. Okay. Now, if you want to know the data type of that one, sorry, print of type of T5 right here. Sorry, T5 and see backend what it is saying here. Type of T5. What it is doing? Did you observe the difference here? See, when I take the list with a single element, happily it is considering as a list. But when I try to create a tuple with a single element, it is considering as a integer. It is actually a tuple. That is what my expectation. You tell me the reason tomorrow. No problem. Why it is considering as integer? Okay. There is a reason for this one actually. Okay. You try to, I mean, do little bit research and just tell me that one. I'll tell you the reason anyway if you don't know that one. Okay. But just try to do that little research on that one. So that is about that. And if at all, if you want to sort the data within a tuple, tuple of sorted of names also you can take, or anything like T4, T5, whatever you want, you can take that one. And here also you can access the elements just like your like this one. You can access the element just like your list or string. You can access the elements from the tuple actually. Okay. And here negative indexing also supported here. Since it is immutable, do we have methods called append, remove, delete, all those things? Since it is immutable, can we able to modify the tuple once it is created? Once it is created, can we able to modify? No, we cannot able to modify. So there are no methods called append, insert, pop, or delete, del. All those things are not supported in tuple. All those methods are not supported in tuple. You can sort the elements, of course. You can sort the elements, but you cannot modify the data. Once it sorts backend, it is going to create a new object. It does not sort within the existing tuple actually. And if at all, if you want to update something in the tuple, it is not supported, of course, because of the immutability behavior. It does not support. So no methods are there in that case. Except sort, no methods are there here.
Then how do we delete that tuple?
No, you cannot delete that one. You have to delete the entire object. That's it.
For deleting entire
Del
object, we
of
use
that
del.
entire tuple is supported, I think so. One second,
Oh.
let me tell you that one here. Okay, so DL space. What is that tuple we have created previously? T4, right? Let's say T4 is allowed. T4 is created, right? Now let me try to take this one here. T4. Yeah, it is allowed. Only del is allowed here. Entire object is allowed, but modification of elements is not allowed. This is supported.
And what's the use of empty tuple?
Empty tuple, huh?
Yeah.
If at all, if you want to like define, like sometimes what happens, in the real time, we need to, let me tell you the use case of the list. Generally, we don't create the empty tuple. We create empty list actually. And after that, we keep on adding the elements to that particular tuple. Okay. I don't know who asked that question. Did you attend my Snowflake classes?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay. So in the Snowflake,
from the
actually, we have, when I was discussing about the procedures, I've told you one example. We have taken one empty list, and after that, in the while loop, actually, I keep on adding the records to that list. Actually, did you remember that?
Yeah.
Same concept here also. But I don't think so. We never create that empty tuple. But it
Okay.
is allowed. That's what I'm trying to say here. But empty
Okay.
list, we frequently create in real time.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. You cannot create empty tuple because once it is created, you cannot able to modify anything inside that. That is the reason. Okay. Here also same thing. T1 into 2 means elements will be not multiplied actually. You'll get the two sets of the elements actually. And if at all, if you want to concatenate again, first tuple, second tuple, if you take all the elements in a single in other tuple, you'll get actually. Even here also membership means in, not in is supported here. And here also using for loop, actually you can iterate the elements. Even here also in, not in is supported. Here also length is supported, of course. These are all actually functions, not methods. Methods are not supported here. Okay. So compare, len, max, min, tuple of sequence, all these are allowed here. We have discussed all these things in a list as well, right? Yeah, all these things are supported here. But no methods are there in tuple except sort. Except sort. Del is not a method, guys. Del is a keyword. Del is not a method. So what del is supported here, del is also like method. No, it's not a method. I'm not using del on top of object. Del is a keyword, that's it. Don't say it is a method. Now it's time to understand the difference between. That's it. We are done with the tuple as well. So tuple is so simple. Yes, it is very simple, but it is dangerous. Now tell me, what is the difference between list and tuple? Whatever you know, you just tell me that. List can be represented in square brackets. Tuple can be represented in parentheses. That is first difference. Second difference is list is mutable, tuple is immutable. That's it. Only two differences. Huh? Only two differences.
Methods are not allowed.
No methods are allowed here. Once assignment operation is not allowed here, but in list assignment, item assignment is allowed, but in tuple item assignment is not allowed because of the immutability behavior. Okay, and one more difference I'm going to discuss is very important one. The same thing I've discussed here. Lists, you can represent this one. This one using parentheses. One more difference is actually performance. Tuples are like actually more more memory efficient and more performant for the read-only operations actually. More performant, I can say, compared to list. You know why? Backend, it has to take more when you create a list, what will happen? Since because of the mutability behavior in the list, backend, it has to, whenever you're trying to assign a new element, or whenever you try to assign a wanted to add a new element to that one, or existing element, if you want to modify backend, it has to keep some operations in place, right? Keep some memory in buffer, right? So that is a memory overhead actually. Because of that, list actually less performant than tuples. In the tuple, actually, everything is fixed. That means once it is created, you cannot able to change that one. Everything is fixed. When you try to read the tuple, elements from the tuple, it is more like you'll get the output very quickly compared to the list because of the memory overheads. Performance point of view, tuples are the best compared to list. Okay. Yeah. So that's it. That is about the tuple. Shall we stop here or can I start sets also?
Discuss tomorrow.
I think
Yeah.
it's a good starting point. Yeah.
Let me stop recording the session, guys.